Good afternoon. Hi, my name is Frankie Kington. I'm known as a wise entrepreneur. And my special guest speaker today, which I'm really excited about, is a lovely lady called Sheila Manhanga. And she's going to tell us a bit about herself and what she actually does. Hello, Sheila. How are you today?
Hi, Frank. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, Sheila, and I'm very happy that you're on my YouTube channel and you're talking. I'm really happy to be interviewing you today. I know we've got a lot to talk about because Sheila is going to talk about empowering people to overcome their self-doubt.
That's true.
So I'm going to let Sheila kick off there for us about that. It's a great topic. And I think that we all need to overcome our self-doubt at stage in our life. And Sheila's going to give us some really great tips and some clues how we can actually do that and how she overcomes and deals with her self-doubt. Sheila, take it away, please.
Okay, my name is Sheila, middle name, Manhanga, and I'm from Africa originally. By the moment, I'm based in UK. I'm in Southampton, down South Coast, and I'm going to be talking about my topics, resilience. The reason I chose that topic today is to talk about how people should know that nobody is born resilient. Resilience is something that you have to have. It's like bouncing back from something of a challenge, which was challenge which you've gone through your life. And for me personally, I chose that topic because I went through a life personal changing situation. It was a few years ago when my life changed or turned upside down. I was working as a professional in a mental health forensic unit as a practitioner, and then I acquired a physical limitation or kind of disability for the due of somebody's negligence. As a result, that's how I become who I am. I lost my independence, who I was, and I lost my profession as well. Obviously, I have to go through all the difficult challenges, like how to come over when I spent a year in hospital, bedbound, not knowing what's happening, just being a life support machine. And then there was like, why should we do the consultant? The doctors gave me like 95%, for 95% of living, of surviving, or 5% of just not making it. But because I come from a Christian background, so I was my great grandma, we're all taught that God is a life giver. He takes and he gives and takes away, and his will be done when his time is right. So when I went through that difficult period, I was spending a year in the hospital, bedbound. I lost everything that I couldn't recognize who I was and what was going on. I was just lying there and family coming to visit me. And I'm grateful that I had the family that come from the Christian background as well. We're all Christians. And I'm proud to say I'm happy to be a Christian because it gave me that support and family coming in doing prayers and friends as well who came in with different beliefs. Some were not Christians, but they did know me in the past, and that helped me to have a lot of network support. Support from them coming visit me when I was in hospital, and just saying some prayers and some meditating and some were just helping in any form, or even massaging me and trying to do as much as they could do. I was someone who I used to help them whenever they faced some different life challenges personally. I was someone who would be like, oh, I need to help you. They'll come to me. I'm facing this, Sheila. How do I overcome this? So as a result, I was someone who was so passionate about helping people to become who they are. And that gave them that power and love to come and support me through this difficult journey I went through. And after that, being in hospital, obviously you lose everything. You lose use of your cognition, use of your body, limbs and everything. And I remember one time I was telling my mom when I started coming around from that coma situation that I had one leg. And said, why do you think you've got one leg? And I said, because I'm a mermaid. Because I couldn't have sensation on my other leg and my other limbs, upper limb, left side. I said, no, Sheila, one day you tell me you're going to be standing up like, Mom, you're just fantasizing. That's not going to happen because I know I've been in this bed for too long. So how can a mermaid start walking? And she found that story really hurt her really hard. For me to say I'm a mermaid, in my head it was embedded like, I'm a mermaid. My mom, she just fantasizing. Why can she not accept that's how it is? And I went through a difficult rehabilitation as well. It was really intense.
What happened to you, Sheila? What was your condition? What you went through? What was your illness?
What actually it was through a former colleague negligence. I was driving to work, and he, instead of exiting the right way, used the wrong entrance, and I was coming. So there were two of them, one in front of me, and then one was behind me. So I managed, my reaction was quite good. For the first one, I managed to swerve away because I used to work in a kind of remote area here in England, New Forest. I don't know whether you've heard about New Forest.
Right,
what part of New Forest.
What part of England is that? Sorry, Sheila, where is about?
It's here down south.
Down south, oh, right.
Yeah, it's not far. It's a wildlife area where we've got all the donkeys and everything, and the ponies. So it's quite narrow road where I used to work. Quite a narrow road, and where I used to work, it was so like you have to drive really careful and slowly. But that former colleague, two of them, they decided to do the wrong thing, decided to drive the wrong way. And I was coming. It's only 5 minutes that changed my life because I wanted to go early to work, but I knew when I left the ward, it was not settled because I used to work in a forensic mental health unit. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go early to have a proper handover. So I woke up early, and that 5 minutes changed my life forever.
I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry to hear about that, Sheila. That must have been a horrific experience for you. I mean, for you to actually come out of that, after you're absolutely amazing lady to come out of that, because obviously accidents can affect us, can affect our body, can affect everything about us. How do you feel towards that person? Do you still see that person now, Sheila? How did you feel towards that person? Was you angry? Was you frustrated with this person? How did you react towards her? What actually happened to that person? Did she get done or get punished for what she actually did?
Well, to start with, obviously, I did had remorse. I felt remorse about him. Like, why did he decide to, I was angry, I was frustrated, because I was thinking, why did he not do the right thing? Because we know, everyone knew that we should be driving the right way. Don't try to do some shortcuts, because you never know who's behind coming, to work. So I felt that.
Did she know that she was going the wrong way, Sheila? Did they know that we were driving the wrong way?
Oh yeah, definitely they did know. They did know, but they didn't think that someone was coming early to work. They thought there was nobody coming. So they like, we're gonna do a shortcut.
That's
to get
really,
to
really.
where they've done a night shift. So they wanted to rush home and sleep.
Oh, and you ended up in hospital for quite a long time, is that right, Sheila? How long did
Yeah,
you?
almost a year. Almost a year.
A year. And did you have any illnesses? Did you, what affected it? Have you on that year? Was you in a coma, Sheila? Did you?
I was in a coma. Then I had I was diagnosed with on my right side of the brain, there's a scar which is embedded between the left side and the right side at the back. So that scar, it was a delicate whether they could operate or not to operate it. So the family was deciding what should we do. And in my situation, obviously, I couldn't make that decision. So I was kept in that hospital to kind of come around so I could make my own decision whether I wanted to have that operation done. And they were telling me the chances are highly unlikely that you're gonna be able to make it, because where it is, it's embedded in a really tricky place of the part of the brain. So I decided that I'd rather not that operation go ahead, and I'd rather let what's gonna happen be. Then I didn't have that operation, of which I'm like, actually, I think that was a good idea, because from the situation where I was, if I had gone through that operation, probably I could not have made it. But now I'm grateful that I made the right decision. I'm not regretting that decision. I would have lost everything. I could not make it. I couldn't make it. So for me, it was a right decision that I would accept who I'm gonna be and take it from there. But I knew was God. God was in control. I put God first. Is in control. He knows what's best for me. He knows what's best for me.
Actually, closer to God. Do you feel it brought you closer to God? Did it make your faith a lot more stronger in God and in the Bible, I'd say, and your religion, your beliefs?
Yes, I did. I did.
I understand and I believe you there, Sheila, because I come from a Christian background. I mean, I'm a Buddhist now. I practice spiritual meditation, but I believe, that faith and beliefs play a big part in our lives, and especially something as tragic as what happened to you, Sheila. And I'm sure that your faith and your beliefs and your God gave you the strength to come through that tragic accident, that terrible accident. And the fact that you're here today just goes to show to me, Sheila, the kind of person and the character and the charisma that you actually have as a person to actually come through such a sad and tragic incident like that, when you know that somebody was doing wrong, somebody could have taken your life, and you've had the dignity and the pride to forgive that person, and to obviously, I'm sure that person felt a lot of pain and sorrow, and probably that person has probably realised that he's learned a hard lesson there, and probably in a lot of trouble, if it could have been a lot worse. So I feel, Sheila, out of a difficult situation, the best outcome has come for you, hasn't it, Sheila? The fact that you're still here and you're still alive and your family love you and they're very, very supportive of you goes to show the kind of person that you are and the strength, and like what you're talking about today, the resilience that you have to pull through a tragic accident like that. So how was your family? How did your family react to what happened? Was they angry? Did they want some kind of like retribution? Did they want this person kind of like punished or put away in prison? What was your family's reaction to what happened to you?
My family's reaction, obviously they were angry, they were frustrated, and they were thinking, obviously, shall we sue this person? And unfortunately, that guy, it wasn't his car because he didn't have a driving license. But what he did, he took his dad's girlfriend's car, which he was not insured to drive. You know, he's a young lad. So he changed my life. And then he didn't have a driver's license. He took his dad's girlfriend's car without permission, and then end up changing someone's personal life completely.
Sheila,
Just like
I
that.
feel that sorrow and I feel that pain. And the feel, for me, when certain incidents happen to us like that, when things happen to us out of the extraordinary, because I've had some tragic events in my family, what happened in my life, I honestly believe when incidents happen like that, the best thing that we can do is believe in our faith, pray to our God or pray to our universe, and the universe and our faith will take the right responsibility and the right actions for what's actually happened. I honestly believe that the only way that we can become a lot more stronger when bad things happen to us or incidents and tragic accidents happen to us is that we find forgiveness for what's actually happened. And when we forgive ourselves, we find the strength to forgive other people and pray for them, because I'm sure that guy, when he heard what had happened, he must have felt some kind of remorse. Is that right, Sheila? Some kind of anger and bitterness to what he actually did. Would you say that, Sheila? How did he react to it? Was he upset as well?
He was upset. He was really upset, and obviously he was worried about being taken to the prison room. Obviously, police was involved to find out he didn't have a driver's license, and we knew he wasn't a driver from our workplace, from my former workplace, and then to end up having something that happened less than 2 minutes from arriving at my workplace. That's when the incident happened. So when people had the loud bang and crash, they all rushed to come out like, what's going on? Then they saw it was head-on collision. My car is a complete write-off. But his car was not even, sorry about this, that's a proper message. His car was still intact, but mine was a complete write-off.
So Sheila, I am just really glad to be interviewing you today, and I'm really glad that you're here today. How has that crash affected you, Sheila? What did it make you live your life differently now? How do you live your life differently, knowing that that could have been a lot worse than what it actually was? Has it affected the way you live your life? How do you live your life now? Do you live it with more confidence, more adventure, more excitement, or has it kind of restricted you from doing what you want to do? Has it kind of made you more scared, more kind of worried about life, or does it give you the confidence to be does it give you the confidence to be more confident and more professional about your life? How's it affected your life, that accident?
It affected me in every way you can think of, psychologically, emotionally, and at some point I felt helpless and hopeless. That what could I cannot do the things I used to do. And that anger as well, that why did you do that? And then I did have like, I felt, obviously you feel like you kind of hurt somebody, and then you kind of like, a Christian, you should forgive. You should forgive. You should forgive because if it was meant to happen, his life is fragile. It was bound to happen. You have to accept, you have to go through the grieving process. You have to go through dealing with psychological impact. All these things you have to go through, like bereavement. Because obviously, you're like someone has gone through a difficult divorce or anything. They have to go through all the challenges, like grieving process, which has helped me so much to become who I am. That support, I have to go through this professional support of becoming to where I have to like, okay, at least I lost everything. I need to now, I'm diagnosed this condition which left me with lesser weakness, but I managed to gain the right side and the left and the right leg. So for me, it was from not being able to do anything for a year, even just lying in a bed. And now here I am. I lost speech as well. I couldn't talk. I wouldn't see who is who. But now I've got my sight is back. I always wear glasses before anyway, from a young age. But not have that and that passion to share with other people how to even erase that self-doubt in themselves. Not that because they've gone through like a life-changing situation. It could be they're suffering from mental illness or they're going through different challenges, divorce or anything, losing a house or something. The way I empower them is to show them there's something called resilience. It's not a skill, it's something that you have to learn because they've gone through some the challenges in life. That's why you get resilient to bounce back again and to accept who you are and to work out the best way out you can keep on moving on. Don't dwell on things that have happened to you. Accept them. Yes, they hurt, but don't keep dwelling on them. Find some coping skills.
I like
so
that
you can,
attitude, Sheila. I love your attitude. Your attitude is very, very positive. You found the resilience to bounce back from a difficult situation. That's
yes.
really important. And I'm sure that your life is a lot more fulfilled. And I'm sure that you appreciate life and have a lot more gratitude for your life, considering what happened to you. Because, you know, the fact that you're here and the fact that you're fighting is going to make you a more better and a more stronger person and to live your life to the best of your ability. And the main thing that we don't do, Sheila, is hold grudges and hold, you know,
no,
people.
no.
It only upsets us and it only makes us suffer in the long run. So, you know, we have to find that strength to forgive this person. And Sheila, and
Yes.
that person was punished for what he did. He went to prison. Is that right, Sheila? Did he go to prison for a couple of years?
Yes, he did.
He went to prison. So he saved his punishment. I hope that he's learned something while he's been in prison. We don't want people to go to prison, but if people do things wrong or people, you know, don't abide by laws, then we have to face the consequences. That's a lot of the land and that's a lot of life. So all I can say is I'd just like to really, really thank Sheila for actually coming on here and speaking on this platform. Yeah, Sheila. So I'm just going to round up now, Sheila. Is there anywhere where we can kind of like find you, or anywhere we can see the work that you do? Are you on Facebook or anything like that, Sheila?
I'm on Facebook as Sheila Manhanga. Just Sheila Manhanga, then you can find me, what I do, and all my life is all on Facebook. But I'm glad that I've come out. I know we've spoken like chatting on our different web network groups, but I have to come as opening up to be vulnerable, to say my story, to share my story with you, Frank.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
To share my story, so you know who Sheila is. I know we chat, we just message on Messenger or comment on like global meeting, summit meeting groups, but you don't really know that person, who she is, what condition is she in, what has she gone through in life. So I'm just honored that I have to come out and be vulnerable.
Excellent. So we'll find you on Facebook, Sheila. Is it under Sheila Manhanga? Yeah.
Yes, and you can go to empower people to erase their self-doubt.
Yeah. Empowering people to erase their self-doubt. That's what Sheila
Yes,
Manhanga's Facebook page is. Yeah. And as you can see,
yes,
Sheila is an amazing lady who's overcome so much problems and challenges in her life. She has a lot of resilience, as I can see, and she's a lovely lady. And she shares her very difficult story of a challenging situation, what could have taken her life. So I really appreciate Sheila for sharing what she's actually shared today about her life, because I didn't know that myself. So for me to learn that about Sheila brings me closer to Sheila and brings me closer to her life. So I'd like to really thank you, Sheila, for really sharing that with us today. I'd like
thank you so
thank
much
for listening, live audience and YouTube. Thank you, YouTubers. Thank you for listening today. If you really like what you hear, please subscribe to my channel, leave me a comment below, hit the bell, and you'll get all the information what you need from my channel to go on your channel, and you share all the information what I share on my channel. Please, your comments and feedback are really important. Yes. As you know, my name is Frankie Kington, entrepreneur, author, thought leader, mentor and coach, and you'll find me on Facebook as well, empowering youth development, just like Sheila's here. We love the word empowering, it's really important. Empowering youth development. I have my own YouTube channel, Frankie Kington's Life Coaching Empowering Youth Development. And yet, I'm on Facebook, YouTube. And if you want to connect with me, I'll leave all my details underneath this YouTube channel for you to actually connect with me. The description will be underneath for you to connect with me as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. Sheila, thank you so much for tuning in. Any more last words before we go? But thank you for being here.
Thank you so much, Frank, and to everyone who's been listening to this YouTube. I just want you to say, life is fragile and don't hold grudges. Just appreciate and practice meditation and just think of the power of the universe got your back. And then you can just accept what has happened, move on, don't hold grudges, and appreciate who you are, and don't give your power away. Your power is yours.
I love that.
And don't allow yourself to be a victim, volunteer victim.
Excellent. Not giving your power away, not being a victim, and don't hold grudges. Forgive,
yes,
move on, because your life is precious.
It's precious, and the earth is your world, despite whatever condition you are in.
So thank you so much, Sheila. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Please take care. My warmest wishes to you and my warmest wishes to the audience. Thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much, Frank. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Bye.